Start streaming. Hello, everybody. NW Sportscast is here live. This is a huge test for me, as I haven't really done a whole lot of live streaming, but I've got some new software, and I'm getting a new microphone. So some cool developments are on the way. The new mic will be here in literally like 2 days.
Well, guys,
which is really cool. And so, yeah, we're just going to talk some Mariners. It's the pregame show against the Texas Rangers. I know probably nobody's even watching right now. That's okay. We're not doing this for the viewers. Well, we are, but we're doing it because we love what we do. So, we're looking at the lineup right now, and let me tell you, it's pretty good. I think we made the right call in this lineup. You've got JP leading off, Julio, Suarez. That's your top three. Cal batting fourth. I really like. I just, when we moved him down to seventh the other day, that really frustrated me. So having him bat fourth is great. Teoscar batting in the 5-hole. Then we got Mike Ford. I'm really happy to see him in the lineup. He's missed a couple of games from the lineup, but he's back in it. And then Ty, Jared Kelenic, and Josh Rojas. So Kelenic in the 8-hole, it seems a little bit low for him. I have to be real, but I think there's some issues happening right now with Jared as far as I'm not really sure. I don't want to make assumptions, but the coaching clearly does not trust Jared Kelenic anymore. And I think there might be some bigger issues that are happening maybe behind the scenes, because the fact that he's basically been benched is a little bit crazy. But you look at the splits, it just hasn't been there. So I understand him batting 8th. I honestly, though, I would rather have Jared bat 7th and then have Ty in that 8-hole. But let us know in the chat. I see Paul in the chat. Thank you for watching, Paul. Good to have you here. Josh Rojas in the 9-hole. I think this is a great spot for him. Obviously, the 243 batting average, not too shabby. So this is the lineup you want, I think. You look at Texas, Simeon Seager, Garver, the catcher, and as a DH with an 891 OPS. The Texas Rangers are so good. Garcia, Lau, Josh Young, and then Jonah Heim, Leody Taveras, and Evan Carter with a 1.085 OPS. He is legit. You can tell Evan Carter is a legit player. So they have a great lineup. And Nathan Eovaldi has had a great season. 3.26 ERA, 127 strikeouts. That's very much better than Brian Wu with that 4-5 record, 4.39 ERA. So it's just not very comparable there when you compare between Wu and Eovaldi. We need Brian Wu to pitch pretty much the game of his life, and he hasn't been able to do that yet. Brian Wu has struggled. You know, he hasn't been great lately. I don't really blame him. It's easy to look at it and say, oh, Brian Wu sucks, but I don't blame Brian Wu. He's young. He's never pitched this many innings before in a season. I think unfortunately the Mariners just kind of overworked all of our young pitchers this year. So it turns into the case of you got a guy who before this year has never pitched above AA in Brian Wu versus a veteran guy with all the experience, all the playoff experience in Nathan Eovaldi. It's going to be a tough game to win. And we pretty much have to win it to stay alive, right? If we lose today, then our playoff odds go from 30 to 1. 30%, there's a chance. And if we win today, that they're going to keep going up. 1%, there's not a chance, right? I mean, there's just not a chance. So it's very going to be important for the Mariners to win this game. I really hope we do. I'll be watching. I'll probably actually live stream, which I think will be pretty cool. The end of the game. I'm not going to be able to live stream the whole game, but I'm gonna try to live stream the end of the game. So we're just experimenting here. We're just throwing things out here, trying to find ways to grow the channel. And like I said, new mic is going to be on the way soon. So that's going to be really exciting. We'll get some higher quality audio in this room. You know what? We're investing. Me and Drew are investing. We want to make this thing happen. We're currently the 4th largest Seattle Mariners podcast, and continuing to grow. So when you look at it that way, I say, why not keep trying to grow? Why not keep trying to invest? Because clearly there's some people who like what we do, and we appreciate you guys a lot. Let's look into the matchups real quick, because you've got Jose Caballero, not good, so he's not in the lineup, not good against Eovaldi. J.P. Crawford hitting just 182 in his career against Eovaldi. He does have 1 home run in 11 at-bats. Mike Ford, he is just the 1 hit against Eovaldi, so that's not very good. Ty France, though, look at this. Ty France, in his career, he is hitting 462 against Nathan Eovaldi. That's good, so maybe that's why he's batting 7th. You got Sam Haggerty, only 2 at-bats in his career. He's 1 for 2. Teoscar, 14 at-bats. He's got the most experience against this guy. He has a home run, 3 ribbies, and a 357 batting average with a 1.328 OPS. So look for Teoscar to put together a great game today, because he has been good against Nathan Eovaldi, and he's played against him quite a bit, which makes sense. Eovaldi was obviously in Boston and New York, and Teoscar was on Toronto, so that makes sense why you would play him a lot. Jared's 0 for 6, which is not promising. Dylan Moore's never played against him. Cal's 2 for 9. Julio 1 for 9. Josh Rojas is 0 for 2. Suarez 0 for 7, and Torrens 0 for 3. So really, Eovaldi has dominated our guys. He's dominated our guys a lot. Outside of Teoscar and Ty. So if you're looking for production, look to Teoscar, look to Ty. Look at the Texas Rangers versus Woo. Yikes. You see 2,000 OPS for Ezekiel Duran. He's not in the lineup, thank gosh. Adolis Garcia, 1.833 with a home run, so that's awesome. Corey Seager has a home run against him. Marcus Semien, all these guys. Tavares, 4 out of the guys in this Rangers lineup have already hit a home run against Brian Woo, and he's only been in the league for half a season. That is insane, and it goes to, look at this, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000. 4 of their hitters have an OPS over 2 against Brian Woo, and another 2 of them are over 1. So Brian Woo has his work cut out for him today, and the Rangers theoretically should win this game. But I think, okay, here's what I'm saying. We got Castillo tomorrow and George Kirby in game 162. So if we're going to try to win, if we're really trying to win, and I think we are, we have to put our faith that Castillo and Kirby, in must-win scenarios, will pitch their asses off and get the job done. Which means we can probably, and I say this very lightly, I think we can probably afford to really work our bullpen today if we have to. And we might have to. Like, if Brian Woo, if he's showing any signs of struggling, I would pull him through 3 innings. I would have a very, very short leash. See Paul in the chat there. Thank you, Paul. Yeah, we have to hope that Teoscar has a big game, because he's the guy who's done it before off of Eovaldi. And to be fair, Teo needs to rehabilitate his image right now, because he sucked against Houston, all 3 of those games. So he's kind of right. I mean, look at Teoscar. What are his splits if you look at lately on? Past 7 games, he's hitting 148, and in the past 15, he is hitting 180. So Teo has gone completely cold at the worst possible time. It's one of the reasons why I don't think we should re-sign him. He's so inconsistent. It honestly hurts my brain how inconsistent this guy is. And so it is, I mean, it's a valid thing. It's like, when he's great, he's fantastic. He's amazing when he's good. But when he's bad, he is awful. And he has been awful for about 15 games, and you wouldn't believe it, but the Mariners in those 15 games haven't been very good. So that has to say something about where you're at with Teoscar right now. I wouldn't re-sign him. I wouldn't bring him back, but, we'll see how it goes. with him. But yeah, 1 home run in the past 15 games, only 6 runs batted in, and this is your 4-hitter. This is your cleanup hitter, only with 6 runs batted in his past 2 weeks, basically. He's slugging at a .246 clip. So what that tells me is that Teo is due. He's playing a pitcher he's had success before. He has to come through, and this could be his redemption night. It really could. He's also, by the way, he is 1 home run away from hitting 160. So that could be pretty cool. Paul says Castillo should be good tomorrow. Yes, yeah, Castillo has to be good tomorrow. There's just no alternative to Castillo being good tomorrow. If Castillo, he sold against the Astros. So again, Castillo is the other guy. He can redeem himself tomorrow. If we win tonight and then Castillo goes out tomorrow and throws 7 shutout innings, like, oh, hallelujah, right? That would be the dream scenario. We'll see if it happens. Let's check out Brian Wu real quick again. Going back to the pitching. Looking at Wu, his last 7 games, 3.6 ERA, 3-2 record, 35 innings. So he's averaging 5 innings a game, not great. 14 earned runs, 26 hits, 34 strikeouts. So he hasn't been bad. He's averaging almost 1 strikeout per inning. Look at the last 15 games, 77 innings, 77 strikeouts. Brian Wu's good. He just doesn't throw many innings. And that's because he's young. I know it's because he's young. The problem is Wu has not been good against the Texas Rangers, and I'm wondering if we can see, are we able to find versus Texas? I wonder if you can find Brian Wu versus Brian Wu stats versus Texas Rangers. You can't see the overall team stats. But the bottom line is, Brian Wu. The bottom line is he hasn't been very good against the Rangers. Here we go. Maybe we can find it here. We're gonna go to his game logs. There we go. First game against Texas, 2 innings, 6 earned runs. Next game against Texas was the last one. Okay, so I guess he's only pitched against Texas the 2 times. I didn't realize that. But in his 2 games against Texas, he has thrown 5.1 innings and allowed 12 runs. Not good. Not good. In fact, pretty bad. So it's not promising. It's really not promising for Brian Wu. If you take away the Rangers from his ERA, he's great, right? Think about that actually. Can we go back to this? Now I'm curious. Let's go to the ERA calculator. Look at the ERA calculator here. Brian Wu, 4.39, 84 innings, and he's allowed how many earned runs? 41. Take away Texas. You got 79 innings. And he has allowed 41 minus 12. So 29. So against teams that are not the Texas Rangers, Brian Wu has a 3.30 earned run average. That's pretty darn good. Like, that's great, honestly. But then against the Texas Rangers, Brian Wu has an ERA of 21.18. Yikes. We got Paul in the chat. Do you think Wu will be on our team next year? Or do you think we will sign a free agent starting pitcher in the offseason? Look, I think we should look into signing a free agent pitcher. Because who knows about Marco? Honestly, like, who knows about Marco? If Marco comes back and is back to being a pretty good pitcher, that would be awesome. I don't believe that's going to happen. And Flexen was gone, obviously. Robbie Ray's injured. So your 3 veteran guys are all gone. So I do think we should look into starting to signing another pitcher. Because right now you got Castillo, Kirby, and Gilbert, who I don't think we should trade. I really don't. And from there, it's how much do you trust Miller and Wu to be your fourth and fifth guy? I think, I think we need to sign somebody. I really do. Because what this season has shown is that you can't put too much faith in young pitching, no matter how good they are, because Wu and Miller both started off very, very strong. But I think what this season has really taught us, the end of this season, is that young pitchers, you can't put all the faith in the world on them, and it's not their fault. Even George Kirby has had an implosion. They get tired. Young arms need rest. And trusting a bunch of guys who are double-A pitchers, it's a tough pill to swallow. So I think what we should do, sign another pitcher, and then what you either do is you trade Wu or Miller for a bat, or you have Wu and Miller battle it out for the fifth rotation spot, and whoever loses, put them in Tacoma, have them work hard, and then potentially when there's injuries, because you know injuries will occur, you've got at least one guy down there, plus Hancock, plus Robbie Ray when he gets healthy. Because the problem was this year we started basically with 6 pitchers and 3 double-A guys. Right? And Flexen sucked, and Marco and Ray got injured, so then we were down to 3 pitchers and 3 double-A guys, and then Hancock threw twice and then was out for the season, and then we were down to 3 pitchers and 2 double-A guys. So I would say you either trade one or the other between Wu and Miller, or you keep them both, but they should. I don't feel comfortable with both of them being in your opening day rotation next season. I'm not saying go out and sign Shohei Ohtani either. I don't think that's what we need. Ray concerns with a huge Yeah, I don't know. But Ray was good last year, and he was better than the numbers suggest too. Like you look at Robbie Ray's stats for 2022. He had a 3.71 ERA. That's good, right? He started all 32 games. He struck out 212 guys in 189 innings. ERA plus right there at 100. Fielding independent 4.16 with a whip of 1.190. Go to Luis Castillo. This is to show you, like, Ray is not. People, I think, because Ray wasn't a Cy Young pitcher like he was with the Blue Jays, I think people think that Robbie Ray isn't the same pitcher, and that he's like gotten way worse. Just compare his season, 3.2 for Castillo to 3.7, right? So in that one, Castillo wins. But look at the innings, 189 for Ray, 194. So they've thrown pretty much the same amount of innings. 215 strikeouts, Robbie Ray, 212. Again, very, very similar. The ERA plus 100, 128. So Robbie Ray's a little bit lower there. FIP 378, FIP 416 is only 0.3 behind him there. The 1.19 whip, 1.06. Robbie Ray is basically 80% of Castillo. So from that standpoint, he's a very good number 2, right? I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something here. And we can go down to more of the advanced stuff. Because Robbie Ray was also a little bit unlucky last year. Look at the BABIP, 284 for him. Castillo's BABIP, 262. Home run rate, 3.6. Robbie Ray had a 4.1 home run percentage. He's always had a high home run percentage, but look at this. That's the lowest he's been in a while, right? 5.2, 5.8, 4.1, 4.3. Last year he cut that down to 4.1. That's good. And then you can see the hard hit ratio. 39.2% was his hard hit ratio. Castillo, hard hit ratio, 42. So Castillo's actually getting hit harder than Robbie Ray. The exit velocity, 89.7, Robbie Ray, 89.5, same thing. Line drive, 24.1, Castillo, 24, same exact line drive percentage. Ground ball rate, 38. So they have very, very similar metrics on a lot of these. Even with the win probability, 0.8. Castillo, only the 1.3. Castillo hasn't beat there at 1.3. But the point is that they're not that far off from each other, Robbie Ray and Luis Castillo. The difference is Castillo has gotten more lucky this year. But the underlying metrics are super, super similar. So I feel like Robbie Ray should definitely stay. But yes, the injury concerns are definitely valid. I see what you're saying, Paul. Yeah, injury concerns totally valid there. And when does this game start? I believe it starts at 6:40. Oh no, it's 7:10. Okay. I thought it was so. We're not going to carry on this live. We'll end the live stream here pretty soon here. But yeah, that's my game prediction. I'm gonna be an optimist. I'm gonna be an optimist. Final score prediction. I think we get a big game from Teoscar. I think first inning we jump on Eovaldi. Teoscar gets a nice double, and we score a run on the first. Second inning they're gonna get 2 off of Brian Wu. Third inning it's gonna still be 2-1. Fourth inning we're gonna bring in a reliever. We're gonna go to the bullpen in the fourth. That's my prediction. And the bullpen's gonna shut him down in the fourth. Ty France hits a home run. Now it's 2-2. And then I think 6th inning, they're going to get a run off of us, 3-2. But in the 7th inning, Julio Rodriguez is going to hit a 2-run single, or maybe a 2-run double. And we're going to get into that bullpen, and we're going to take a 4-3 lead. And that's going to be my official final score prediction. Mariners win today, 4-3. So let us know in the comments if you guys agree. And with that being said, we are going to be done with this live stream because I got to go get dinner. And we will see you guys. I'm gonna live stream the end of the game. I'm going to try to, if I can figure out how to get it to work. I'm really excited that we're getting all this new technology. So, pretty awesome. We'll see you guys in the next one. This has been the NW Sportscast.